Hello. What a nasty day today, but here it is. Hi, Lindsay. That 4:30 comes round so quickly, even though there's been a day in between. Hello, Mary. And hello, Sue. I hope you're both well. And there's Brenda watching. Hello, Laura. Good afternoon to you. I've changed setting today because the rain has been coming on and off. Hi, Karen. Karen says hi to everyone. And Janet. Hi, Janet. And there's Sharon watching. And Linda. Oh, thank you, Linda. Lovely to see you all too. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. I did miss it. I did get lots done though because I needed to. Hello, Di. And Di says hello to everyone. Afternoon, Mary. Hello, Pam. Oh, you're welcome, Pamela. Who's that? Says hi, everyone. There's Suzanne and Leslie. Leslie says hi, everyone. And Suzanne says hi, everyone. And Anne and Jill and Denise. Oh, it's so stormy in Brum. Well, it's stormy here. We've had little rumblings, but it has been raining and then it stopped and it rained. And you know what the conservatory roof's like. So I decided we'd come indoors. Hi, Maggie. Hello, Trudy. Trudy says hi to everyone. Oh, that's good, Sue. I'm glad you've got yours. Hello, Donna. Donna says hi to everyone. And Sheila does too. And Polly-Ann, good afternoon. Hope all's well. Just gonna miss that. It goes too quickly. Get a cuppa. I've got my water. Hi, Penny. Penny says hi to all. And Andrea says hi to everyone too. Hello, Mary and everyone. Hope you're all well. Hello, Janet. Hello, Pamela. Oh, your parcel arrived today. That's lovely. Linda, hi to everyone. She says you've had rain and thunder today. That's in Surrey. Hello, Diane. Hello, Brenda. Looking forward to today's chat. Hope everyone is well. I think we are. Hi, Trish. Are you doing the zip bag today? Oh, my goodness, forgot. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That completely skipped my mind. I should have done. Hi, Kim. I thought of something else. Hi, Sandy. Yesterday was spectacular. Thunder and lightning for hours. We had a little bit, but not too much. Oh, Anne's made a cake and forgot about it and burnt it. Well, I had grandchildren here for an hour and a half while daughter went shopping. Oh, good, Lindsay. I'm glad you got yours. And so they loved my fork biscuits. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca says hello to ladies. Hello, Dexter. I'm playing in a den. It looks like it, doesn't it? Yes. Penny, we've had really good storm here. Lots of thunder and lightning in Milton Keynes. Well, we haven't had any lightning today. But no, when the grandchildren arrived, I couldn't really do much then. So they said, have you got any more of your cookies, Grandma? So I said, no, I haven't. Shall we bake some? So we made some. And I got their little chairs and table out. Hello, Mary. And there's Bridget as well. Hello, Dawn. Dawn says hi to everyone. And Sadie, who's been trying to sew with your dog under the table because of the thunder. Oh, dear. Hello, Christine. Hope I've had a productive day. Yes, mostly. Daughter's helped me as well. So it has been quite productive, but I shall be doing a bit more tonight as long as the light stays. So making biscuits, I gave them some dough and their own little trays, and they made their own. But then in between, they wanted them to be ready immediately. Okay, hello, Pamela. Oh, that's good. I'm glad your bits came as well. We went outside to play. This was before the rain. And then Grandma thought, oh, they must be ready. And they were a little bit singed, but they still tasted very nice because I had to try one too. I did make sure I washed their hands before they started playing with it. Even Charlie, he did his own, and his were a lot flatter, but I gave them the fork and they pushed it in the top. It was quite good fun. So Mummy's taken a bag full home because she enjoyed them too. So yeah, we've had quite a fun day. I've also been waiting for the Amazon man to come. I know, bless them. They absolutely love baking. And my daughter was only saying that she'd made lasagna last night and the Oliver, the 3-year-old, he helps her. So he peels mushrooms and, okay, he pulls them apart and they're perhaps big and small and whatever. But because he enjoys doing it and because he's made it, he eats it. So it's all good. So they thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I say, it's been good all round. So waiting for the Amazon man who, oh my goodness, our house is quite easy to find, but in my mind, oh yes, Jill, it is. Let me see. 4 ounces of butter or margarine, stalk margarine, we decided on. 2 ounces of caster sugar and 5 ounces of self-raising flour. That is it. And it is delicious. And what I was surprised about, actually, Oliver didn't eat any of the raw mixture. Charlie had a little bit. And he had as much as Grandma. Because I love a bit of raw mixture. How disgusting is that? But I do. That's why I like Ben & Jerry's cookie dough ice cream too. Naughty, naughty, I've got to get out of that. Anyhow, the Amazon man. Yesterday when I went to, I'd ordered toner cartridges over the weekend. 1 set were coming one day and 1 set the next. And of course it was the set that I didn't realise had come or not. And I've got 2 exactly the same. So I thought, oh, have I ordered the wrong one? Hello, Alison. Alison says hi to everyone. So I went onto the order list and I hadn't ordered the wrong one. But right at the top of it, it said, rejected by resident. Rejected? He didn't even turn up. Frustrated. So at about 8:45, I was on to Amazon, who don't answer the phone at the moment, but you have to go through the chat screen, and then there's a thing to click that says call me. So they did call me, and they tried to give me a load of waffle about, oh, it could have been damaged. Oh, well, some other rubbish. I said, look, I've heard this all before. Please don't give me excuses. I can tell you what happened. He didn't come to the door. So I said, I need it now. I'd like you to deliver it tomorrow. I do apologise, I can't do that. So it was a little bit of waste, but she did ensure that my goods would come today. And it was a good job Martin was outside looking, because he was lost again. And, well, I don't know, it's beyond me. However, I have got my goodies, and I'll show you one of them in a minute. The others are quite boring, but there we go. Oh, Mary, the ingredients again. Okay, so it is 4 ounces of butter or margarine, stalk margarine, 2 ounces of caster sugar, and 5 ounces of self-raising flour. Oh, you're waiting for 6 parcels. God, wait, okay. 5 ounces of self-raising flour. And then you just roll them into balls and use a fork to just flatten them a little bit. And as for timing, it's I don't know, I just put it in until I think they're cooked. And it's not that long, actually, perhaps between 10 and 15 minutes, I think. And I put it on a little bit lower than, between, I don't know, 170, 180, something like that. Yes. Hello, Sally Ann. Hope everybody is safe and well. And hello, Shirley. Nice to see you today. Just having a little bit of a... Yes, Amazon. I love Amazon, but... oh. So, this is what it was an impulse buy. Quick question. Going to pipe the edge of my disappearing 9 cushion. Would you suggest yes, using a zipper foot for the first stage, as you did, and then... oops, it's gone again. And then use, oh goodness, and then use the piping cord foot when you sew the whole thing to the cover fabric. Yes, or you could, I mean, what do? When I can find my piping foot, yes. I use it on both parts, but if you can move the needle on your sewing machine, you can use your zipper foot and then move your needle a little bit more to the left, so it's closer to the piping cord. Oh, there's lots of things gone there. So yeah, but you could use it, if I was going to use the piping foot, I might do it all in one. So I would, yes, enclose the piping cord in your bias if you're going round and you're using bias tape, just to hold that together, and close-ish, but then use your piping cord foot and put all the layers together if you feel you dare. If you don't, put your bottom layer and the piping cord and stitch round once, and then put your second layer right sides together and go around again using your piping foot as well. Yes, you give them a go, Mary. You won't look back. Hello, Louise. She says hi to all. It's been one of those days. I wondered where you were till I finally realised I was an hour early. Oh, right. Something to do with teething baby, builders banging, plumbers drilling, and 3 boys fighting. Is it wine o'clock yet? Very, very soon, Louise. I can assure you of that. Oh, Sue's had a lot of deliveries today as well. Yep, I've had no fabric today. I did yesterday and the day before. And who is it now? It is one of you ladies, and I can't think, was ordering calico. It didn't come. I've just realised today I got no calico. So, and I've just placed another order this morning because I thought, do you know what, I'm going to run out of that, and I should have enough but not surplus, because I think when you see things you'll like the fabric as well. So, oh, Bridget's made homemade lemon drizzle cake. Oh, you've had that from your daughter. Oh, fantastic. Love a little bit of lemon drizzle cake. I haven't made one in ages though, but I think it's nicest with fresh lemons, and I don't have any. Good afternoon, Margaret, and she says hope everyone is well too. Hello, Margaret, and she says hello everyone. There's Barbara watching, and Jeanette, and I was a driver, got lost, followed some direction, you took me the wrong way. I know. So I think sometimes people tell you a load of, if you ask for directions, that is so frustrating. If anybody tells you wrongly, I don't. What is the point? That's awful. Yes, Lindsay, it is always wine o'clock. Oh, Jan, that's who it was. Hello, Jan. My calico didn't come through, Jan. So I didn't realise that until I placed this order very quickly this morning. But I shall be ordering some more. So I'm sorry it's not just yet. Partridge in a pear tree. Oh, that reminds me. Partridge in a pear tree. Yes, that's some things I'll have on Sunday. Yes, Jan, I've just realised when I saw your name. Hello, Nancy. Don't be sorry, you've just joined to say hi to everyone. Forgot what you're doing today, silly me. Nobody knows what I'm doing today except me. And I did forget what I was doing. I was supposed to be doing the zip to go in the top of a bag, and I haven't got anything prepared as yet. But I've got something else. I will do it tomorrow. Most definitely, I will do it tomorrow. Good afternoon, Jeanette. You've been busy cleaning out the garage, found phones. Oh, I'd like to be busy clearing out my garage. Because, do you know what? In this room, I'm in the dining room. Can you believe it? Can you see the dining table? Well, the sewing machine's sitting on that. And I am absolutely surrounded by fabric. Absolutely. To the back of me, I've got dyes in a tall cabinet, which is the whole way down. Under the table is full of boxes of fabric and dyes and anything you might think of. I've got, as you can see, just a little bit, I've got a couple of units, which is not full because there's fabric everywhere else as well. And then as you come around the corner, I've got 2 big cabinets with really useful boxes that are filled with zips, piping cord, embroidery threads, fabric and cottons and pom-pom cord and anything else you can think of. But and then I've got my embroidery machine there, so I can get in here, but I've got to get my garage sorted out. It's carpeted, but that is just full as well. Oh, good, Sue. I'm glad it sounds like... I would love to have it back as a dining room, but the way I look at things is, what is the point of having a room that you don't use? So I've gone far past that. I use every room in the house. And as I've told you before, the only places where there is no fabric is the downstairs loo and the kitchen. And my bedroom at the moment, or our bedroom. Louise, you'd be the only one that could get in here though, because I can make my way through. I do have to sort of move backwards and forwards as I come past the rolls of fabric in the doorway. That's what a door's for, to lean the fabric against, you see. And, oh, I could actually show you. I've got one absolutely love. I'm still deliberating what to do. You know, I told you about some fabric which was printed denim. I'll show you, because it's just here. Oh, knock that over. Can you see this? It's still got the roll on it. Isn't that, actually, it's not too bad. It's just, it's not cotton. It's just, it's not actual denim. Their wording, I meant to have a word, but I haven't. The wording to say it was printed denim, I would have said that was, you know, the design printed on denim, but no, it's, what is it? Has it? No, it's not bad. I mean, it called it something strange. It is gorgeous, isn't it? I have got rather a lot, so I might, it's just quite fine. It's, actually it's not, I thought, because it said it was something like polyester, I don't know, some other, and I thought perhaps it's stretch fabric, but no, it is, it's almost like a chambray actually, you know, but it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. And I think it would be, apart from, you know, our sewing type things, it would be good for dressmaking as well. But yeah, actually it's, it's more a chambray. So not as bad as I thought. I'm feeling so much better, because I thought it would only be for dressmaking. But yes, I love that. I'll just put that back up here. So the little, or rather little, this is what I decided to indulge in. Can you guess what it is? Yes, and your third bedroom's now your craft room. Yes, I could, yeah, exactly what I thought. I'd interface it, Linda. Yeah, just to make it that little bit firmer. I think it would drape absolutely beautifully. Yes, yeah. Mary's working on an apron with the exact same fabric. Oh, right. Yeah. So, yes, if we wanted it to be... Oh, somebody's sending me a message there. If I wanted it to form part of a bag, I tell you what I might also use. You know my lightweight Decaville? I think that would hold pretty well. But otherwise, a medium to heavyweight interfacing would give it a lot of body. But it's quite wide as well. I think that is about 60 inches wide. So I'll see if I can let you have some of it on Sunday. Because it's quite a good price as well. Yeah, it would make a lovely dress or a top. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Well, it isn't their make. It isn't Creative Grids but it is exactly the same. I'll take the wrapper off. It's the June Taylor one, because I have the 12 by 12. I wonder how many of you have one, because it is absolutely wonderful. Now, when I have been cutting my, and this is what it's for really, can you see that? When I have been cutting my festive gift boxes, it has been an absolute godsend. That's stuck on there, not quite. Oops, we'll pull that off in a minute. But there we are. That is what it is. It's the June Taylor Shape Cut Plus. So Creative Grids do one or more, which do a similar job, but I absolutely love them. Yeah, I only use it for my half and whole inch ones, but for cutting strips and then cutting up, it is absolutely brilliant. So I thought all of a sudden, because I don't treat myself really, except for fabric, Oh, you can't see it very well, but it is 18 inches wide. So my 12 by 12, here's laziness, I have to move it across to do, if I'm doing a whole width of fabric folded, I have to move it to do the last bit. But this, I mean, this actually won't, no, because it's about 20, couple of inches, but I thought that's really good. I can just keep zipping and zipping along. But they are wonderful gadgets. I don't sell them, but they're well worth having. Absolutely. Cost a little bit, but worth it. Leslie, I'd like a top in that. Yes, I have to get my dressmaking hat on. Not done it now in over 40 years. Well, I have, because I have been known to do some dressmaking, and I have got some dressmaking fabrics, as in like ponturomas, so a nice nice weight to stitch with, and quite classic colours, and some nice some quilted type ones as well. So I thought, as I haven't done any dressmaking, oh, I've got some lovely velour as well in a black and this most beautiful, what would I call it, teal, petrol blue. But if you've got an overlocker, absolutely fantastic. That's what I would use on them. But you can stitch stretch fabrics with your sewing machine. And I think the best stitch on there, people use a zigzag, but I wouldn't use a straightforward big zigzag. But usually you have got one on your machine, which I call a lightning stitch. So it goes like like lightning, as in a zigzag but skewed. And that way the stitch, unlike a straight stitch, which if you stretch it, it may break. Because this has got a slight zig or zag in it, it is much better for your stretch stitch, for your stretch fabrics. So I might bring you some of that as well. It's a grid with holes in it. It is. It's a strip cutter. It's for cutting accurate strips of fabric. It's fabulous. They are expensive, Linda. That was about £40, I think. But I thought, and I can't even buy them trade price, so that's how it was. But if you're cutting a lot, it is well worth it, because they are great. They really are. And especially if you're cutting inch strips. I mean, how many times you've got a width of fabric? How many times are you moving your ruler to cut an inch and then line it up, cut another, line it up? And with this, you're just nice sharp blade. That is an absolute must. And again, it's just like, oh, slicing through butter. Yes, it is June Taylor, Pollyann. Oh, you have the June Taylor, yeah. And Sandy's got one. Andrew's got one. Still can't cut in straight lines. The only thing I would say with them, I actually move my hand up to the side of where the channels are as I'm cutting, because they can slip a little bit if you're not careful. So wherever my rotary cutter is, like closest to you to start off with, I have my hand there and go a little bit. Then I carefully move my hand up a little bit so that I'm holding it firmly onto my cutting mat all the time. Oh, yours is June Taylor as well? Not yet. Shirley's got the June Taylor one. Yes, Mary and Penny. Carol loves her stripology. Yep. Maggie's got one but smaller. And they are brilliant, Pamela. Yes, they are. Jeanette. Yep. Do you stock that sticky state? I do, Linda. That stops the ruler slipping. I have got a little bit left. Yes, because I didn't. Well, I sold it on there, but I've got some. And I've thought about putting it back on there. But yes, I'll sell some of that to you as well on Sunday. Or if you want to send me a message before, that is fine. I've got the same one as you and just bought Stripology for Square. Helps tremendously. Great. Hello, Glenys. Don't worry about being late. You perhaps only just missed, or perhaps you did see, I was talking about this Shape Cut Plus. If I turn it that way, you'll be able to see, because I have got it on. There we are. I'm really sad these days because now that I know how to reflect or make it so that you can read the writing rather than it being the wrong way round. Anything I watch and it's the wrong way round, I think, I must say. But sometimes people realise. I don't know how to do it on everything because, yeah, I don't know, but I do know how to do it on this. You get used to it. I could do that with some, of course the stuff is rubbish and the ruler still moves. I use the lightning stitch. Yes, Linda, it's probably the best one to use. And Sally, you're absolutely right. If you need one of these, or you know, and yes, it's expensive. If you use it, it's not. I tell you, it saves so much time, and it is really good. I've got a clean tripology. Oh, good afternoon, Karen. Hope you're okay. I'm packaging the orders are going okay. Sorry I'm late. Just had a social distance chat with my brother, which was lovely. Oh, it is always lovely. Oh, you're welcome, Glenys. No problem at all. No problem. Right. So what I thought I would do today, because I forgot what I said I was going to do, that was because Monday, what are we, Wednesday. So yesterday, that's right. And I said I'd do it the next day. And I didn't. Yes, Patricia, I think you would love it. If you have Amazon, I'm sure you'd be able to get it click quickly to you. I just heard today, actually, that I did send a parcel to Australia, and it took just about 4 weeks, because she said it had just arrived, and I'd completely forgotten about it. I thought 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I'd have thought was ample, but yeah, 4 weeks. But apparently she's had other parcels from other places, and it's been similar, so not too bad. Right, so what I thought, I don't know why I thought this, but today, as I was cutting, I suddenly thought, oh, I know, I saw a picture of a quilt. And I thought, oh, I wonder how that's done. Well, I don't know. But I got it in my mind, and I thought, how can I do it? Yes, Patricia, you treat yourself to one. Oh, there's Carol watching. Hello, Carol. So I just thought, and within this quilt, I can't think who had done it, and I don't know where I saw it, but it was based on squares and possibly charm squares, but alternate squares had got a fine strip of fabric down the middle. And with this one line of fabric down the middle, probably 1/2 inch wide, something like that, they alternated, and one would go horizontally and one would go vertically, and I thought that looks really nice. And they'd also got it on point. So I was having this thought, this is how my brain works, if you're going to have a 1/2 inch strip down the middle of 2 pieces of fabric, that's and you've got your 1/4 inch seams, I always think it really shows if you haven't done an accurate 1/4 inch seam, and it wobbles, so it looks a bit thicker and a little bit thinner. So I thought, what would be an easy way of doing that, as per usual? So I came up with this idea. I mean, whether anybody's done it before or not, I don't know. But I grabbed myself some charms that I had already got cut, as in some of the Mackinac ones. They were just some random ones. And so I was thinking you could do this with a charm pack, and you just add, for the alternating squares, you add your own coordinating fabric and do this particular technique with them. So I thought I would just do it on using nine squares in total, so it's just a small project, and go through some of the basics. But so what I've done, I have cut, so as you know, charms are 5 inch squares. I'm going to pull this down a little bit closer now, just to see. So we're in a different room, so it will be a little bit there. Let's just see. Oh, if I move it like that, and then you'll be able to see when I might do a little bit of ironing as well. Okay, so here we are. So this is the effect I want to have. So I've got this narrow strip of fabric down the middle, and what one would normally, I've cut myself inch pieces here, and what you would normally do, let me take 2 of these. So you would put right sides of fabric together, and actually these are wider than an inch, but you would stitch down that side, and then you would open it out, and you would put your next piece right sides together, and stitch down there, and then you would have this fine, this fine strip down the middle, which possibly could not be straight. So, as I said, I thought there must be an easier way, or I thought of this way before I did it. So, with a charm pack in hand, you then choose some coordinating fabric, and I just got, it's not very well coordinating, but it's a creamy background. So I cut myself a 5-inch width of fabric so that I could cut pieces, and these are just in pairs, pieces that are 2 3/4 inches across. So 5 inches long, but these are 2 3/4. Now, if you were to cut a charm, so this is 5-inch square, if you cut that in half, you would have 2.5 inches by 5 and 2.5 inches by 5. And that won't work with this technique because we'll end up with a rectangle. But I want a square to finish. So these are your pieces you would need to cut in your coordinating fabric. And also, I just cut myself some strips that are 5 inches long and they're 1.5 inches wide, because I thought working with an inch leaves it down to practically nothing. So 1.5 inches wide. And what we do is we put this right sides together, and I will put a pin, let's stick this, I've got rather a large pin cushion here, which I made ages ago, and just pin that as it is. Well, actually, no, I won't pin that as it is, like, because what we're going to do is we're going to fold this piece wrong sides together. Okay, so all the way down this edge. So I've just folded that in half, and I'll put a pin down here as well. That's a needle. I don't know why I save old machine needles. It just shows, look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stuck in there. Shows I changed my needle. Have we all changed our machine needle lately? Okay, so as I say, I'm just folding that. I haven't pressed it in half, purely because I don't want a line down the middle. So I have only folded that in half, and then I'm going to take my other piece and lay that on top, right sides together. And I will take that pin out and replace it, but I won't replace the other ones because I like to hold the fabric and line it up as I go. So then I'm going to take that to the machine. I'll sit that closer. Okay, and take that pin out because I don't want it to go in there. Just move my foot pedal because it's in the wrong place. Okay, oops. I'm on a low chair, so it's there we are. Right, so let's go. So we'll stitch down here, 1/4 inch seam, and I'm just getting up to, so I'm just lifting that as I go and allowing the machine just to stitch down there, and I'll press that there. Okay, oops, decided it wasn't going to cut that. So, and then when I open it out, I have that folded piece there. So we'll just turn our iron on. I'll turn that on while I do another one actually. So I've got one there. I'll put that to the side. So then I'll take another one and lay those out. Take one of my pieces, my 1.5 inch wide by 5 inches, and we can fold it first, wrong sides together, place that at the top, align those raw edges, and then we'll just align that in the middle. Just hold that there. Use your binding clips if you'd like to, but I do want that to line up as well as we possibly can. If it's a little bit longer that it looks like it is here, you can always trim that off afterwards. Then with my second piece, we'll place that right sides together and just replace that top one. And then I'll put that under the needle. Okay, you know what I'm not doing? I haven't altered my stitch length. So 2.4. That's it, we'll go down to 1.8. There we go. So I'm going to pull that piece over the top just to line that up as I go. I'm coming towards that pin, so I shall take that out. Oops, that's gone. And then down to the bottom, holding that in. See if it works like that. Okay, that's better. Okay, so there I've got 2. So now that I've got my iron, I've done 2 previously. So it is as simple as that. I'm going to take my mat here. So I'll rely on, let's take all of them there. Bring the mat in you've got there. As I say, that one I've already done. I'll just press that down nicely. So you've actually got a fold, so it does give a little bit of texture. Now what I do suggest, this is very unlike me, but I do suggest opening out these seams on the wrong side. So just lightly press those out first, then turn it to the other side and squash that folded piece of fabric and centre it. I can't see it very well. I'll turn it that way so that I can see this. Centre it over. Can you see there? So I'm centering that over and you can see where I've opened the seams out, and there we are. So there is your seam down the middle. This one I had also pressed the seam at the back, open that out, and then centre that over and squash it down and open. A little bit long there, so I would just trim that bit off. And then here's the last one I did. So I just press that out there. While I'm pressing, I can then just push my finger down on that seam we have. Lightly press. I didn't press it too much because I didn't want to completely flatten this the wrong way. And you see I've nearly pressed it in that as well. So I just need to squash that and open it out. Yeah, I should have not. You don't, when you're opening that seam out, you don't want to really press a pleat or a crease in this side. Otherwise it's just harder to open out. Let's just press that down. Turn that this away. Because I don't, that's it, let's just get a pin just to open that up. One thing that would be good for this, and I have some somewhere, I don't know if you've ever seen pressing bars, metal bars. Therefore, when you make rouleau loops, or if you make a binding or a piping, or a tube rather, and the ones I've got are metal. I think they have them in plastic these days, but you can slot it into this channel and then iron over the top of it, so it pulls that seam open completely, and really good. But as I say, I don't know where they are. They're probably upstairs. I can picture where they could be, but hadn't got time to lay my hands on them today. So I'll just move that out of the way. And now what we can do is, so I chose to use, or I'm thinking I'm using dark, so they're a bit light. Use dark alternating fabrics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 4 of these with the split, I call it a split charm, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we have a centre, no, let's have a centre rosy one. That's it, centre rose, and then we'll have, this one goes down here, and then we'll have one to the side here, and then we could have that one up the top there, and this one goes there. Then we'll have another dark, what shall we have? We'll have that dark one there, we'll have that one just there, and then we'll have another stripe that side, and that one there. So it just gives that a circular motion feeling to it. So what I was going to do, if I just put these down to the side, I know you can't see them, but I'm going to put them down just as I had them laid out here, and I'll show you where we go from here. So I've got these 3 for my top row. So the first thing I will do is put this one right side together. I'll put that one to the back, knowing that's there, and I'm going to stitch down that side. So I will turn it round, and this is one of the reasons why I'm just lining that up edge to edge. Pin if you'd like to, or not, as the case may be. But I'm just going to, I like to hold my fabric and line it up and just keep my finger on there. So we'll just stitch down here and we'll go over that folded fabric. And then open that out. Now that was the wrong way. I know that was in the middle, but that's because I turned my fabric, which is why I always put it back where it came from so that I know it's not the wrong way around. And then I'll line that one up here. So always line that very top edge and the bottom one there. And then pop that under. And we'll stitch down here. So I'm just holding, my hand and my finger at the bottom there, just to hold it in place. But pin if you'd like to. So there is my top row. I'll just leave that just there. Then my middle row has one of the dark ones in the middle. So I'm going to put that, or it'd be easier rather than what I did before. But no, we'll put that to there. And we're going to stitch down this side here. So right sides of fabric together. There we go. And stop stitching. Straight down. So move that over there because that's going to push it off. Okay. And then open that one out. And then we'll put this one right sides together with that centre square. And just line those up. Now the more accurately that you cut, the better they will fit together. Whoops. And the more accurately you stitch your 1/4 inch seams, the better it will fit together when we come to do those rows. So this, for some of you, is just a little recap. So I'm going to put that, so you see that's how that finishes, like so. I'll pop that over there. And then my bottom row is that one, and this one in a horizontal. Scissors. Oh, there they are. Don't like these scissors, but they were to hand, and that one goes just there. Let's just have a look. I got some metal pressing bars ages ago. Never thought I'd use them, but I do. That's, yes. Yeah, I have them somewhere, as I said. Is my pressure foot automatic? Yes, it is. Hope your first few days back have been okay. Oh, you're talking to you. Oh, hi, Lisa Marie, who says hello to everyone. Tracy, you're on your way home from work, so I thought I'd listen in as I drive home. Oh, what a great idea, Tracy. Yes. Oh, Sandy thinks she saw something similar on Shabby Fabrics. I don't know Shabby Fabrics. We'll have to drink, yes. Shabby Fabrics. Okay. Shabby Fabrics. I'll have to look for that, whatever that is. Okay. So we'll pop this over there. And again, right sides of fabric together. And just hold that down. And straight across there. And okay. What I have, when it cuts the threads, I am able to do on with my foot pedal. So this is my too heavy machine that I can't move about anywhere. So now I'm going to put this square right sides together with this one and line those edges up too, straight under the foot and straight down. I say The reason I don't use this for or any demos or videos I do or any of the samples I make, purely because it is a lot more heavy duty than some machines. So I don't, because if this machine might be able to use some fabrics or thicknesses better than others, so I tend to stick to a machine that does what I want the majority of the time. So I'm just getting that's it. So this is how my piece is. Oh, it's starting to look quite nice. So that's how it's going to look. So I'm going to show you how you press. So as I said, I'm going to just pop that up on the top of the machine for a minute because I'm not using the machine. So I can bring this in. Whoops, around here. Now, my top row here. So I'm going to, for my seams, I'll cut them in a minute, turn it to the back, and oh, look what I've done here. That's a seam that I didn't make sure. I don't like seams to go like that. Can you see? I should unpick it, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, like that, which is not a professional quilter's way of doing things, but I'm just going to press that down. Okay, so my top row, I am going to, let's pop it this way. So, no, I think it was that way, like that. So I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm going to press my seams together, but in one direction. So I'm going that way, and oops, you can't see very well there, and that way. So I'm going to my left, and I like to just pull the edge of the fabric out. I'm not stretching it, but I'm just pulling it out so that I know that the whole of that seam is pressed open. So again, you get a little bit more bulk because of the fold there, but you can press over that and then just press the top as well. So there is my top row, and then my middle row, because that went to the left, I'm going to have going to the right. So flip it over, and this time it is going to go to the right and to the right. Okay, and then again I will just flip that over just to ensure that that seam is opened out, and just turn it that way, and it's going that way. I always prefer pressing one way rather than the other, as in I don't like pressing in that direction. That should go there, so I can see my seams are both going in opposite. I like pressing to the left as opposed to the right, so I quite often turn it round so that I'm still pressing to the right. So these ones need to go to the right, so just turn that upside down. Oh, I've done the same again there. Oh dear. Right, scissors at the ready, clip there. I suppose to a degree it's weakened it a little bit, but nothing nothing too drastic. There's no quilting police about, are there? Okay, so that's, I did turn this on, yes I did. Okay, and then flip it over just to make sure those seams are fully opened out. Now this way, by doing this, when I come to stitch these 3 rows together, oh, I wasn't on, that's why I wasn't. Okay. Well, that was doing a pretty good job for not being switched on. Goodness gracious me. Okay, much better. I'll turn it off now because it it did press rather well. It must be from when I was only just doing it. So I'll take that mat away first of all, and I'll put that bottom one to the side. So now just make sure you're all in the right place, and then right sides together for the top row 1 and 2. Pick them both up, and then where that, you can see where those seams are coming together, just put my fingers, and I'm actually pushing my thumb that way and I'm pulling my finger back the other way, and they just lock into one another. And then I just put a pin in that seam that I can see there, in that seam allowance, because that holds it absolutely in place. And then again here, just get that up to the top, align those top edges, and then just push those together so they also nest, and put a pin in that seam. So you can see I've got it in the seam allowance. There's no way that junction is going to move where those seams come together. So then I just line that top one up, and now I'm just going to go under the foot, lining the raw edges at the side, and start stitching. And then I can see that's just tucking out a little bit, so I'm just going to push that up so that that is nicely together. And then I'm almost on that seam before I, or on the pin before I pull it out, because I don't want it to move at all. Okay, so I'm just coming up to, and my fingers, just coming up to that seam, and then again, just pull that so that fits to there. I've got a little bit of the blue sticking out. So we'll trim that off, press that there. That's my scissors, there's my scissors. So that was just a little bit of excess. And then, so that was the middle. So this is what, can you see? Here we are, this just here. That is this bit here. That is proud. That is, yeah, that is too. But by doing these little tips of how you press your seams, so this one's going here, so right sides together, it means you get that every time. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's no big deal. But I bet you can say when your intersections come like that, you feel quite chuffed. You feel, oh, that has lined up beautifully. I'm just getting this one together. So I've got one seam one way, one the other. And I'm pressing, that's it. So I've done it into the opposite one there. Perhaps I'll do it this way so I can, oh no, that doesn't, that's it. Obviously my cutting wasn't perfect on that one, which is why I'll do, because that's a little bit longer. So I'm going to leave that as it is, but I am pinning through the seam on the other side. So again, line that up at the edge, under the presser foot, and start stitching. So where it will fit, but where that, which way I'm going under there, so just getting ready to take my pin out. So where it seems that there may be a little bit of excess, it can be where the extra folded fabric is in there. So I'm just ignoring that excess piece of fabric and just stitching across. I'm into that where the seams come together, and again here, keeping that nicely together and across. Okay. There we go. So that is also what we like to see there. So that is quite nice. So how I've seen it is also on point. So with more blocks where, you know, you could put extra ones here. And where there is then, let me just get another one of my, here we are, one of my charms. So let's take another one. Had I decided to put another one here, so these are all going at an angle, can you see that triangle that it's left forming at the bottom? Let's just hold my hand here. There we are. So if I put that there, we're left with a triangle here, and to be able to square it off. So if we had another square here, it would leave another triangle there. So I thought I'd do that another day, the setting triangles, so that by putting a triangle in there, we could actually make this a nice straight edge. And then if this were the end of the quilt, we would put another triangle just here as well. And they are two, this one, this triangle that we'd use as a setting one there, and this one are two completely different triangles. As I say, that's another thing that I can talk about another day, just for squaring off, but I do rather like that. And it's just a really easy way of getting a nice finish, or a good finish, that looks absolutely straight, because you are cutting your strip and you're just folding it in half. Just trim those little threads away. But with a charm pack, it grows quite quickly. So that could very well be a project for another time, when I bring charm packs to the telly again, because I always have to think of something different. There we are. Okay. Yes, you do quite like it. Let's pop it up. Put it up there so that... Oh, no, that's not good. We can... well, no, I put that in there, didn't I? Let's leave that there. Probably slip off. That would look lovely using the same fabric as the stripes. Yes, for all the other squares. It would. That fabric I used... Let me see if I've got another little bit here. I think you might recognise it, actually. Can you see that fabric? That is Moda, and it's one of the Shimo range that I did the charm packs for. So those that managed to get it had a ½ metre of this, and it is absolutely beautiful. In larger pieces, you can see it's got it's almost an indigo colour, and it goes in and out shades, so it doesn't go really pale like some of the Shimo charms are, and others in the range, but it's really dark and then slightly lighter and dark, and it's lovely, like mottled, I would call it. Mary, another to add to your list. Well, this is it. Whenever you have got another quilt to make, or even just a small playmat, it's just yet another one, isn't it, that you can think, oh, I'll do it that way. Oh, yours is on its way. Yes, I have sent it, Lindsay. So much easier than applique. Yes, but the applique bars, you can slot through. Oh, with them, yes, you can slot into those tubes that we've made, just to make life easier. Make a nice cushion front. It would indeed. So well, this is it, Di. Now I must say, seeing you there, Di, and I haven't sent you a message yet, thank you so much for my beautiful flowers. I was expecting the Amazon delivery, and I said, oh, is that Amazon? And Martin came in with this big box, and he said, no, it's for you. And I said, oh, somebody sent me some flowers. And Di, thank you so much. You are lovely, and the chocolate's in there as well. That's so, so kind. You know, I absolutely love doing this, and you know, if I can get anybody on their sewing journey and sort of give them a little bit more confidence to do it, because I know you can do it. I absolutely do know you can do it. But sometimes you just need a hand along the way. You just need somebody to be able to say little things that you suddenly think, oh yeah, and you do it that way, and your confidence grows, and you do more and more. I mean, the things you're making, Di, are just amazing. So I do like to do, these are all the things that I learned many years ago, and rather than just do it and say, well, here it is, what is the point of that? Why not tell you what I think about as I'm doing it, and then you can think the same as well. So thank you very much, Di. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. So kind, just like you lovely ladies are. Going on my very long list too, Sue. Yep, I know it is lovely of her. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's just, you know, a miserable day here. It was nice this morning, and then, oh, Sue, you're making me embarrassed now. Yeah, and then I could feel in the air, and then the drops started to come down, and no, I knew it was going to rain. It's not raining at the minute, and probably have to share the chocolates with Martin. Well, he said, are the chocolates for me? And I said, yes, of course. I might have one. No, but thank you. Martin, he's just wandered by. Di said the chocks are for you.
Brilliant. I shall enjoy them.
He will enjoy them, he says. Thank you. He's just been on his He's making the evening meal. I can't think what it is, but my preparation is sort of short and sweet. It's bish bash bosh, do this, do this. But he takes his time and does it really properly. So I appreciate it. It's lovely. Sadie says, if I'd been your sewing teacher at school, I would have been more confident years ago. Do you know, I hear this so much, that people were told at school that you're rubbish or you'll never make a seamstress, and you know, it just put people off. And I could have told you then, you can do it. You've only got to want to do it, and I assure you, you will be able to. Thing is, Trish, most people would change for what you do. Oh, would charge for what you do. Oh, change. I've read it wrongly there. Why? I'm quite happy as I am. You know, I run my little business. I don't want to be a multi-millionaire, or, you know, and I do what I do because I love doing it. And I say to you all the time, I get more satisfaction, not out of having £100 in the bank. I have more satisfaction of knowing that you and all of you have loved what I've done, and then go and make something, and then, or put it on your list to do. And I know you will, because you're making something from previously, but that means the most to me. So thank you very much. Thank you. Well, I've enjoyed that. I can tell that you have too. Tomorrow I promise. There we are, you see. Why do I always do about exactly the same time? Sometimes a bit more, but anyhow, I will do the zipped bag top. So it won't be making up a whole bag, but I will use a bag I've already got. And similarly for yourselves, that if you have already made a bag that has so it's all finished off, but you want a zip top in it, I will show you how to do that. It would be Mary, who's watching now. She's done it before, and she'll tell you, once you know how to do it, yes, it was nice and easy. So that is what we'll do. So sorry to disappoint that, because I forgot, because I do that. But never mind, that's life, isn't it? I'm getting old. I'm going grey. I actually keep thinking about, am I going to put a colour on my hair? But perhaps I put conditioner on it when I washed it this morning, so it feels a little bit, because I thought it was getting so dry, and it feels a little bit better, but it needs a good old cut. It really does. Right, without going, because I'm rambling. Absolutely, I didn't get sewing. Oh, Andrew didn't get sewing back at school. Oh no, I know. I only did sewing at school for 1 year, and it was when I was 13 to 14. I loved it, but I chose to do languages, and you know, what do I do now? Parlez-vous français? Or sprechen Sie Deutsch? And that's as much as I know. I don't know any Spanish or that, and I could perhaps speak in Latin. How many of you did Latin? I loved it, because to me it was like algebra, and it was logical. It was like maths, because it all had to be in certain ways. But I'm not going on about Latin. I'm not a scholar, so but I did it at school and had to forgo my sewing, which I think for me, because I loved sewing and couldn't do it, that's why I carried on sewing without having lessons for it. So and the other thing before I go, did you see Jenny Raymond was on her chanda? Lovely. Now, I only listened to part of it, but she did say she'd only done patchwork 25, 30 years ago. Well, I learned from her 25 years ago. So was she really? I thought she'd been doing it for years at that point. So, yeah, she is a great teacher. She is, yeah, she knows how to speak, and absolutely wonderful. I learned loads from Jenny. But Jenny used to press her seams together to one side, which is why I've always done that. But now she presses her seams open. So, you know, it's all a matter of choice. And she would say exactly the same. But I, on the majority of occasions, like to press my seams together to one side, because we can get those intersections here, whoops, here, somewhere there, spot on. Whereas when you open them out, you're not always going to get, unless you pin, bit of glue, you know, just to make sure it's there. But that is my justification, and I'm sticking to it. Anyhow, thank you, Louise and Margaret. You've enjoyed watching and hope to try this lovely pattern. Jolly good. Oh, you're more than welcome. Content. Yeah, absolutely, Brenda. And I'm content. I'm content with my lots. Dad's well as well, so, you know, things are good. The weather is miserable, but it's not too hot, and I prefer it a little bit like that. We'll be rich in friendship. Absolutely, Sally. What a lovely phrase. Yes, we are. Yeah, absolutely love it. So, as I say, I won't ramble on any further, but it's lovely having had your company this afternoon. I'm glad you enjoyed what you saw. I'll be back again tomorrow at 4:30, but in between time, stay safe and take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.